go through all the flexors basically to the medial side of that, and all of the extensors will be on the lateral side of that. So that's why I think it's a good place to start. Also, you can see that there are two muscles that kind of dip into this space, and those two muscles are the two muscles that don't belong in that wrist and finger movement group. So right here, this little muscle that's going to be more on the palm side of things is going to be the pronator teres, and that's going to be number 16 on these muscle models. On the opposite side of that, we have the brachioradialis. And that brachioradialis is number 13. That one's kind of embedded in the forearm movement. So those two are the forearm movements. The rest of the muscles we'll be talking about now will be in that wrist and finger movement section. So now I want to switch over and look at this picture, just to kind of orient you. Here's that little gap that I was talking about. So based on that little gap, we have this muscle streak right here as our brachioradialis, and then this one right here is our pronator teres. Now starting from there, we have our palm here, so we know that we're on the flexor side of naming things. We also know that the first flexor muscle that we're going to be talking about, closest to this thumb, is going to be a radial one. So I have the word radial in it because it's close to the thumb, which is where the radius attaches to, so it's radial. Basically anything on the lateral sides, just immediately think ulnar or radial, depending on which side it's on. So this one here is then going to be the flexor carpi radialis. So it's lateral, so we know it's a carpi radialis, and we're on the flexor side. So flexor carpi radialis. Now, like I said, the ones going down the center are the ones heading all the way to the hand, right? This one in the center here will be the palmaris longus. And then the one on the other side of the palmaris longus that goes directly to the pinky, if you follow that tendon, so pinky's ulnar side, so on the flexor side, so we have our flexor carpi ulnaris next to it. And then I'll go over one more muscle before giving you numbers. Underneath these two muscles here, you can see that there's another sheet of muscle. You can see one portion of it here, and then on the other side you can see it here. That muscle is the flexor digitorum superficialis. I know it's deep to all those muscles. I don't know why it's superficialis. It's kind of like in the middle of all these muscles, but that's what it's called. Alright, so the numbers for these guys. The flexi carpi radialis, right here, that's number 17. The palmaris longus, the one in the middle, that one's 18. And the one on the far side, the flexor carpi ulnaris, is number 19. And then the flexor digitorum superficialis underneath here is number 20. So you can see it there and there. Okay.